Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hello, everybody. It's Monday. I'm so excited to be here. And obviously, I'm Minx. And then, I'm joined by Great Cloud. Here he is. Say hi.
Hello, WTF Nation. How is everybody on this Monday?
God,
I don't know why you're chipper about it.
You sound so professional.
Got big shoes to fill.
I know. But then there's me, and I'm just like, ah. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today. It was a normal day of surgery for me. And then I get home and I'm like, Disney songs. And so, hey, Jenna, I'm so sorry. I've got hey, Zeus. No, sir. I have all three of my dogs. And because Ghost is playing Air Force, and I say that, lightly. So sorry about that. So he's playing Air Force right now and doing night range or whatever. And, my dogs are about to fight, actually. Hold on. Zeus. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to go beat someone soon. But seriously. So they're about to fight over a toy because, I just bought each of them another one, I bought all three fucking dogs a brand new toy yesterday at PetSmart. And so there's 10 fucking dog toys around this fucking house, right? But no. They can't fucking just play with their own fucking toy, right? No, they want the one that one wants. Or has, and they have to they need that toy, and they need it now. And what?
Welcome to the world of kids.
Dude, oh my God. And it's so bad though, because neither of my male dogs are snipped, right? So, and Apollo, also known as fucking Derpy, he is I think going into puberty because he's starting to hump everything. Everything. You laugh, it's so bad. He keeps trying to mount his mom, and we're like, dude, no, this is not Arkansas, stop it. And then he's even tried to get on to Zeus, and we're like, dude, no, stop. Right? It's not a good time at the house right now. Because and he's just it gets to the point where he's almost humping air, and you're like, God, just stop. You're worse than a teenage boy right now. Stop it. But whatever. What can you do, right?
Make sure there's a lot of shoes available.
No, they already oh my God. Seriously, Apollo has already destroyed my pink Converse that I owned. Yes, Spanky. I had pink Converse, and Apollo destroyed them. And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh. He may have had a couple swats on his ass with the remainder of the shoe before I threw it away. And, allegedly, I can neither confirm nor deny that this has happened. You have no proof. Just saying. Right? I have to be careful what we say because, we got some fucking police officers as guests tonight. And 99% of my involvement with cops have always been positive. And even the times when I was in trouble, it ended up fine because, I'm still here and they're still there. And and I was respectful. And yes, sir, here's some donuts. And then we go. So, yeah. So I'm hoping I can, bribe them with donuts later tonight. I think it'll be good.
They might take offense to you trying to bribe them with donuts.
Do you not see the picture of them?
Oh, I see that picture.
Deputy Hookem is chowing down, and Bookem is definitely feeding it to him. So
yeah, about that.
They're donuts. Who doesn't like donuts? You don't get a body like mine by ignoring the donut store. I'm just saying. Or when someone brings donuts to work. I'm like, what? Someone brought donuts? And then, break room. It's true.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
But yeah. So, drink your beer.
I will.
How was your Monday?
It was pretty good. Rolling with the new gig. Mm-hmm. Trying to establish the program I'm working on from the ground up is going to be challenging. Mm-hmm. So for a lot of long days and longer nights, depending if I get the contacts I need in the next week or so. But they're looking to push this program hard and fast. Phrasing. And, they want to get off the ground by the end of the first quarter of the next FY.
Oh, nice. Friggin' I always forget that you're a huge Archer fan until you say something and you're like, phrasing. And then I'm like, oh, that's right, Archer. I have a shirt I think you'll like. It's got Archer's face on it and says, keep calm, call Kenny Loggins, because you're in the danger zone.
You'd be entering a zone of danger?
Might you call it a danger zone? But yeah, freaking oh yeah, okay, so I was telling you guys that, Ghost is gone because he's, playing Air Force and they're at the fucking night range or whatever. And sorry about that. It I was talking with Spanky earlier about how every time I went to the range, one, we used paper targets because Medac. And two, if you are 150 meters and out, I will get you every single time, right? But if you're closer than that, you'll definitely hear the bullet was past your head because it'll be right there next to your ear. But apparently the 50-meter target I can't hit to save my fucking life. And, it's half the size of the fucking paper. So I don't know how that fucking works. But yeah, that's my experience when it comes to the fucking range.
I can actually tell you something about the range with Medac one time.
Oh, I know. Isn't it awesome?
Because, I was in a medical unit and had to run a range. Mm-hmm. I was in CRC of this range, and they weren't going to let me start the range because I did not have my CLS on me, the little card. Now, mind you, this is a Medac unit. Yes. I have doctors, PAs, nurses, and everything here shooting, but I didn't have my CLS. And I just looked at the range guy. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm going to be the one that saves someone's life. All these doctors and PAs, and I went to this 40-hour course, and it's going to be me that they call upon.
Yeah. I mean, right? Yeah. No, definitely. Because, we're
I'm the best qualified.
We're not medically qualified out at the range just because we practice medicine on a daily basis.
No, but nope. I had to go get my little card in order for the range to start because, it's going to be me that saves someone's life, not that doctor over there that's been doing this for 30 years. Fuck's sake. But
right?
That's Army sense for you.
Right? And I guarantee you, at least one of those medics, like, one of the actual, like, whiskeys out there.
Yeah, those guys.
I guarantee you there's at least, like, a sergeant, staff sergeant, even maybe a sergeant first class who has like a full-on aid bag that just chills in their car 24/7. I mean, it's all right. I got this. You can stop with that sweet, cute little BLS card. I got it.
I know. Maybe the one that taught me the CLS class.
Right?
That guy.
Yeah.
He might be more qualified than me. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, speaking of that, my BLS expires this month. I should probably renew it.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, there's a fucking doctor in there, anesthesia. We've got it, like, it's fine. I know how to do fucking compressions. It'll be okay. But yeah, no, I need the little card because,
Because it makes a difference.
Allegedly it does. But yeah. So some shit went on today in the fucking news. Well, not really today, This kind of came out a couple days ago. So apparently Kid Rock has announced his bid for the U.S. Senate in Michigan. In a tweet Wednesday, Rock, whose birth name is Robert James Ritchie, wrote that the website kidrockforsenate.com was real and to stay tuned for a major announcement in the near future. Republicans in Michigan have reportedly been considering Rock to run for the GOP ticket in 2018 to challenge incumbent Democrat Debbie Stabenow? Stabenow? I don't know. Some weird Debbie chick. Anyways, for her seat. Apparently she's been there since 2000, and yeah, no, it's definitely time for her to go. Like, on it, like, there really does. There, like, really do need to be, like, I don't know, fucking term limits for Congress. But that's just me. Because, then we get these old hags in there, like Pelosi or Warren, who've been in since, the fucking birth of Christ. Because, like, seriously, they're like the crypt keepers.
Well,
they are. Like, goddamn, like, plastic surgery only can do so much, honey. Stop it. Lay off the knife. It'll be fine. Like, you're fucking old. We've all accepted this. Like, stop.
So I pulled up the web. It's a real website. I pulled it up. Kid Rock for U.S. Senate.
Yes. I know. He said it was real.
So, no, I went to it. It's actually exists, and I dropped it in one of our chats there. And that, below the photo, which is him in a hat, a leather jacket with a stuffed buck next to him.
Yes. Oh, my God. So American.
There's a question that says, "Are you scared?" And I think about that question, and I'm looking at the article done on CNN about this, about him announcing his candidacy to run for Senate in 2018. And it looks like it was mostly interviewed with Senator Elizabeth Warren, like you were saying.
No, she's a fucking crypt keeper.
Oh, but here's what is funny is she goes, the quote is, "Well, maybe this is all a joke, but we all thought Donald Trump was joking when he rode down the escalator at Trump Tower and announced his campaign too. And how did that turn out?"
I know, right? Oh, dude, that'd be so, like, okay, I'm just, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's me, and I think it would be fucking hilarious if he actually won.
Here's what scares the establishment and those people who have, like you were saying, who've been in multiple terms.
Like, been in forever.
Hold on. If with Trump winning the presidency that nobody saw coming in 2016, and if Kid Rock, a man with no political background whatsoever either, wins a Senate seat in 2018, what's that tell the American people?
That anybody can run for an office, which is what the founding fathers designed it to be as. It wasn't just supposed to be for politicians. It was so that way anybody could join and like help govern.
Right. And I think if he wins a Senate seat, right, the experienced house, if you will, right. It could really reawaken the involvement in the political process in governing our country that needs to happen.
I agree.
So in 2018, we'll see.
I don't know. Like, I think that's what needs to happen. Everyone has gotten so used to these politicians who run for office and always get the office because that's what they're expected to do because, again, they're politicians. And so when I think the great thing about one of the like great things about President Trump, like the fact that he got elected and everyone bitching and moaning about like, you know, he's not a politician. He's not qualified. I always ask them like, where does it say in like, you know, the rules of how to become president or like what qualifies someone as president? Like, where does it say in there that he has to have any sort of political background?
There isn't.
Exactly. And they can't fucking tell me. And they're like, oh, it's in there. I'm like, then, all right, show me. Show me where it says that. And they can't.
In statute, CFR and or law somewhere for me.
Yeah. And then they can't. And it's like because it doesn't exist. It's just that's how it's always been, though, especially in recent history. It's always been politicians running for and then getting elected. Like, you know? Yeah.
Here's a great quote from Schumer. In the Trump era, we can't afford to take this tweet as a joke. At a time when Senate Republicans are desperate to grow their ranks while pushing to rip health care from millions of Americans, we cannot afford to think this is a publicity stunt.
But, I mean, like, if you look at everything that, you know, Kid Rock stands for, he's more libertarian than he is Democrat or Republican.
Right, which also would scare either party if he does ride on a third-party ticket or an independent ticket of some kind, and he is elected to the Senate. The other thing that'll do is it'll show the American people that the two-party system is over.
Yes.
And it doesn't always have to be a two-party system.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think if more Americans would actually wake up and do their due diligence, research candidates, research what they stand for, and not just go by what they read on TV or read in the newspaper or hear on TV, and educate themselves on the bills that they want to pass or why they think it's better for them to have a certain stance, the two-party system would have died a long time ago. It would have died when Ross Perot ran for president.
Right. Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't even like when did he run for president? You were alive back then.
Date myself or anything.
Come on.
I wasn't old enough to vote, but I do remember him running for president.
So when was that?
I don't know.
Dude, but you know everything.
First Bush.
Like the first.
That's how much.
The first presidential election. What? You're like cutting out, at least on my end. Anyways.
Anyway.
But no, like, okay, so the first election I can remember is like Clinton versus Bush Sr. That's the first one I remember. And I voted for Bush because he was under the color red. And red is the best color in the world.
So now we're voting for colors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when did that election happen? What, 90, what? It wasn't 84.
94.
Yeah. Okay. So I was 8. So yeah, I'm voting for colors. Because I don't understand.
First,
what?
I said the first election I actually remember was I don't remember the opponent, but it was Mike Dukakis.
Who?
What was that? Oh, that'd been that same election with Perot, I think. Hold on, now I gotta look it up.
All right, I'm waiting. This is great. We're gonna date you. This is awesome. How old are you?
Old enough to know better, too young to care.
No, that's not a real age.
Yeah, it is.
No. Mm-mm.
Michael Dukakis.
Like, when did he run? I'm so antsy right now. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah, 88.
88?
Yeah, 1988.
Dude, I was 2.
Wow, that's a hell of a... Yeah. Oh, so here's who he ran against. And so he won the Democratic Party, or nominee that year, against Jesse Jackson, some guy named Dick, Paul Simon, Gary Hart, Joe Biden, and Al Gore.
Oh, shit.
Wow. So if that doesn't tell you how, like you were saying, that there needs to be term limits and people need to go away in politics.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You know, and like, same thing with that hag Hillary Clinton. These are my opinions, and I already played the disclaimer. Like she just needs to go away. Just go away. Her, Pelosi, Warren, they all just need to fade away. And like, you know, like go back to the crypt where you came from. Like, we get it. Mummification works. Like, go away now.
But yeah, so again, go back to where we want to go back to full circle on this is if he wins the Senate seat for Michigan, I think it puts America on a great path for politics to come.
I agree. I think that would be absolutely amazing. And it would just be fun to watch the media burn. Oh my God, could you imagine?
Ugh.
Like, they're already losing their fucking minds over President Trump. Could you imagine if Kid Rock got, like, became a senator?
Here's my other take on it, is how do I want to say this? There's too much pomp and circumstance in the Senate and in the House. We need some more vets in there to shake things up. And there needs to be a lot of swears happening on the floor when people are debating. Everybody's too cordial. Everybody's afraid to offend somebody. They need to get up on that floor, defend their bill, counter somebody's bill, and throw in, a good "fuck you, that's retarded," and get down to it. Oh, well, this and this, and I apologize for my colleague, and blah, blah, blah. No, it needs to be like, fuck that guy. This is why you shouldn't vote for this bill, and this is why we need to move forward. But that's just how I would handle it if I were in there.
You should totally run for office. Gray Cloud 2020. Woo!
That would be bad.
What? No.
Although I would have an awesome PR network.
Right? And I mean, you age-wise, you qualify. So
wow.
You got that in the bag. I'm just saying, if you can remember stuff from '88, let's face it.
I would probably not get along well with a lot of my colleagues.
No, that would be fine. You don't need to. No one in politics gets along with anybody.
But it would be really bad.
Why?
It's got a lot of negative airtime.
Why would it be really bad, though?
Moved from the chamber again today. Chair.
C-SPAN would be a whole lot more interesting to watch. So
I'm going to come down on Pelosi from the top rope.
I'm gonna break your hip. You old crusty bitch.
Down the stairs. G, you need to let me in there, and I'm going to handle it.
Give her the chair. The chair. That's what they should add to the Senate and the House floor. Oh my God, a boxing ring, but like not like boxing, but like WWE style boxing or wrestling or whatever the fuck it's called.
That's how they need to decide the House Speaker.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Royal SmackDown, Congress style. Oh my God. Could you imagine all these like overweight old men and like these frail, bitter women going at it in like a fucking ring, and like obviously to help out the U.S. Treasury. Oh, there he goes. Oh shit. Like, and obviously to help out the U.S. Treasury, we have to, sell seats. So, I mean,
you could review it and make a shit ton of money.
Right? Oh, good. You're back.
Sorry, my 108-pound golden is being a pain.
Oh, your dog too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you sell tickets to this main event, and the House Speaker, and all these fucking old people come in, some of them have especially the older ones, they're gonna come in with all these fake canes and walkers and shit. Pelosi's gonna have her fucking life alert necklace on.
Oh
my God, yes. How can we get this to happen?
Well, like anything, we introduced a bill.
I don't know if it'll pass. Something tells me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But it would be a great way for the government to bring in some income.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want to watch this? Yes, beat them.
Again, what's the average pay-per-view for UFC? Like $60?
Something like that, and they make millions, if not billions.
There you go.
I mean, it would help. Let's just face it. It would, to an extent, it would help our national deficit, which is, a couple trillion.
If you want an amendment on a bill that's going to cost the taxpayers more money, you have to fight and win.
Oh.
Happen.
Fight and win against, the average American taxpayer?
No, a champion that the American taxpayers choose.
Oh, I like where this is going. Yes. Oh, I like it. Oh, yes.
The American taxpayers choose their champion.
Uh-huh.
And the senator and or representative who introduces the amendment or bill that's going to cost the American taxpayers money have to fight the champion.
To the death?
Well, it'll probably come to that. But to defeat anyway.
Oh, no, this is good. It's we're bringing back chivalry. That's what it is. Because chivalry is 99% about combating somebody in a duel and the rules and regulations of duel fighting. So that
make Congress a lot more interesting, like you were saying.
It would. Oh my God. Or we could even make it better and go medieval on their asses and tell them they have to compete in a medieval tournament and fucking joust.
When golf carts?
No, on actual horses.
They're not getting on horses.
Yeah, no.
Although we could soup up some golf carts.
Right? Yeah, no. This needs to happen.
Well, let's get Kid Rock in office first, and then I'll consider my run.
Fine. Spanky had it. Perot ran in 92. Okay, so I was 6 when he ran. Thanks,
Yeah.
Spanky.
Anytime, love.
Fucking Pip. No chivalry in war. No rules. Nut shots are legal. Oh, that's also good too, Weaver. What about an Old West style duel in front of the house? Yes, quick draw. Yes, I love it. But however, we have to make sure that, everyone's clear from behind said where duel is, or have them, like some sort of barrier.
Just bales or something. It'll be fine.
Right? It'll be fine. Husky barriers, right? Those will stop a bullet.
Sure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh my God.
In other news,
Right? Yes.
State Senate Appropriations Committee has approved an amendment that allows Veterans Affairs physicians to recommend medical marijuana to veterans in states where the medicine has been legalized.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It was approved with a bipartisan 24-7 vote, with even a majority of Republicans voting in favor at 9-7. It's attached to a larger spending bill. Imagine that. That funds the VA. Well, that's okay then, because the VA needs to be funded. Right. The amendment allows VA doctors to recommend medical cannabis to patients in states where it's legal, changing current policy which prohibits VA providers from completing forms seeking recommendations or opinions regarding a veteran's participation in a state marijuana program. Last year, a similar amendment was passed by a 20-10 vote following by a 233 to 189 vote in the House. However, the amendment was eventually removed from the larger bill it was attached to before becoming law. According to Senator Steve Dannies, Republican Montana, who introduced the amendment, it simply allows the VA patients in states with medical marijuana programs to discuss that option with their VA doctor or physician, something that is currently not allowed. So I don't know anything about marijuana. I do not know enough to speak ill or kindly of it. However, people are on both sides of this, and if it helps a vet that needs it, by all means, I'll support it. Yeah. And that's my only take I have on it, really. What about you?
I mean, let's see. I think that it is a great thing. Fucking nice. Fuck yeah. I think it's a great thing because it can be used by a veteran where other medications have failed. Case in point, one of our stoners, one of the green room guys. He was on, a whole shit ton of medications to help control something that, was only partially controlling his symptoms. And he switched to medical marijuana, and he's pretty much symptom free now. And so I'm all for medical marijuana. And honestly, like, if people want to do it like recreationally, okay, but, and like I've said this for years, and treat it as though you do alcohol. Tax the shit out of it. Put some regulations on it and sell it out of, approved areas, which is what Nevada, Colorado, and, a handful of other states have started to do. What is it? Washington, Colorado, Nevada. Where else is it legal for rec use? I think Florida now, right?
Let me see.
I thought they did something.
Oh, jeez, criminy.
Oh. Shut the fuck up, Jenna.
You're so kind to them.
No, fuck that hooker. No, there she is. She's behind me. You guys, no, wait, here. There you go. Now you can see her. Her nickname is Hooker, and she responds to it. It's great.
Well, that's very nice.
She is a hooker.
All right, so here we go. Alaska, California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, and D.C. Yeah, so, here's DC's. Residents of the nation's capital voted in overwhelming favor to legalize non-medical marijuana in November 20. The bill took effect almost a year ago, allowing people to possess up to 2 ounces of pot and gift up to 1 ounce if neither money nor goods or services are exchanged.
Interesting.
So you can gift
fucking ounce.
Oh
my God.
An interesting Christmas party, wouldn't it?
Oh my. Oh my God. That's what we're going to have, like, this station Christmas party. It's legal. And it's the nation's capital, and it feels like it would only be right. Oh my God. No, I get fucking stupid on it. Like, I'll watch everybody. I'll take pictures. Allegedly. That. Oh, hi, Faith. That may or may not be used as blackmail in our, our chat. Be like, look at what you did. You remember? I remember. Oh my God.
This location and had fun.
Right. I don't know. Like, every time I, what's the right word? Dabbled in it, in the devil's lettuce. I don't know. Like, it just, all I want to do is sleep, and I just want to chill, and then, I want to eat, but mostly I want to sleep, and I get upset if I have to, like, be around people because I just want to sleep. And then, if I wake up after my nap, then I get super talkative, apparently, and I like to tell people everything. So I'm like, hey, guess what? Indubitably, yes, quite. But I don't know. I think the legalization of, like, medical marijuana or even recreational marijuana will really help in other areas too, such as, like the opioid epidemic going on right now. I think if more doctors were able to prescribe medical marijuana, especially for pain. Hey, excuse me, young man, you get out of there. Sorry. I think that what was I saying? If more doctors were able to prescribe medical marijuana for pain relief rather than narcotics, this whole heroin epidemic and opioid epidemic and all these fucking new drugs coming out like carfentanil, where, just touching it can give you a fucking overdose. Like, I think this could have been avoided, but, the couple fucking years ago, for whatever reason, pain became, in the medical field, for some stupid fucking reason, they decided that pain was now a vital sign, which is why every time you go see the doctor, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain?
12.
But people do that. Like, they'll be sitting there calm. Your heartbeat is a normal heartbeat, respiration rate, totally normal. Pulse, everything's fucking normal. But they'll be like, oh, I'm 9 out of 10. I'm sorry, what? Like, there's no way you're a 9 out of 10, And, but they say 9 out of 10, and if the docs don't prescribe them something, then, that person will probably never go back to that doctor, so that doctor is going to lose business. That person's going to go around telling everybody, don't go to this guy because he doesn't fucking care about your pain level, blah, blah, fucking blah, and some sob story about how like, wow, I wanted narcotics and the doctor wouldn't fucking give them to me. And which fucking happens. And so it's just it's fucking aggravating. You know, and it's like, you know, pain is there for a reason. Pain is there to tell you that you're still fucking alive, you know? And so, like, when I worked in a clinic and I would say, you know, are you experiencing any pain right now? Most of the time, you know, these women were fucking pregnant, so they'd be like, yes. And I was like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, where, like, 1 is like, I'm kind of uncomfortable, to 10, where it's like, kill me fucking now, put me out of my goddamn misery. Like, where do you fall in here? And they're like, oh, okay, well, if you put it that way, like a 2 or a 3. And I was like, okay, we have no, like, there's nothing more to discuss right now. You're fucking 9 months pregnant. You know, you're 2 weeks past your due date. You're going to be uncomfortable, but you're not in fucking pain. Like, you'll know when you're in fucking pain.
I would hope they would know they're in pain.
But like if I'm able to talk to somebody and have a normal conversation with them and they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm at a 9 out of 10. It's like, the fuck you're not. You know, like, and even when like I've been a patient myself, you know, for either kidney stones or, you know, a ruptured ovarian cyst, which those fucking hurt, you know, just to let everybody know. Or even if it's like a rapidly growing ovarian cyst, which again, fucking hurt. And I'm fucking sobbing and I'm just like, please make it stop. Please make it stop. Like, make it stop hurting. And I'm like begging the doc, like, please help me. When they're like, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your pain? I'm like, I don't know, like a 7 or an 8. Like, is this bearable? Not really, but I know I'm not dying. So, I mean, I could always get worse, you know, but I've never ever said like, oh, it's a 10, because in my mind it's like, oh, just fucking let's skip 10, just fucking take me out back and, you know, send me to pasture, it'll be fine. So
here's a take on that.
Yeah.
In the, when we'll use Army,
faith.
If you don't say you're at an 8 or a 9, you don't get treated. Given Motrin and RTD.
Hey, no. Apollo. You're such a protective boy, I know. So sorry about that. I mean, I get what you're saying, but like, you know, Motrin, ibuprofen 800, that's fucking strong as fuck. Like, you'll be fine. You don't need narcotics.
I'm not saying narcotics.
But, like, the people who normally... What?
Think about the mindset that's being set up for those soldiers as they go through either their career or when they get out and become a civilian. Oh, if I don't turn this up and tell a doc that I'm in a lot of pain, even though I might be a 5 or 6, that there's something I feel that is wrong, like I rolled an ankle, I blew on it, whatever, then if I don't tell them and notch it up, so I'm like, oh, it's an 8 or 9 even, then they don't feel they'll be treated correctly by those doctors that are supposed to be seeing them, because that precedent has been set that they need to notch it up, because the Army medical system is not designed to really help soldiers. It's designed to put them back in a fight.
I agree and disagree. Mostly because out of sheer stubbornness, because, you know, being in the medical field, like that's my home. That's, you know, that's where I was for a decade. I want to say that it's more than just, you know, getting soldiers better to get back into the fight, but I know that's not always the case. And I think here recently they have started to realize that. And I think, which is why, you know, there is such an increase in medical discharges, is because all these like issues have been ignored or kind of brushed under the rug for so long, to where this soldier is like, you know, a young, healthy soldier who is, you know, in their 20s is in need of a total knee replacement because his small minor thing, which could have been taken care of, you know, back when it was a small minor thing, has now escalated because none of the docs that, you know, this soldier could have gone to gave a shit. Or did the proper things or proper tests, or sent the soldier up for more testing or, you know, physical therapy or something to ensure that not only did this soldier get back into the fight, but stayed healthy. I think that for a long time, it was nothing more than just get them back out in the fight. You know, just here's some Motrin, here's some, drink some fucking water, ready to go. You know, here's a fucking ace wrap. I don't know what to tell you. I think that was Army, or, you know, even military medicine for a long, long time. And I think that, and I hope that that is starting to change, in that docs are being more, what's the right word? Liberal when it comes to doing more testing and taking their time with soldiers and making sure that, yes, you are in fact better before you get back out to the fight. At the same time, though, they know that if they keep a soldier on profile too long, that's going to start chapter paperwork. They know that if they keep a soldier on profile too long, hoping that the soldier gets better, that soldier could potentially be looked at as a shitbag or a profile ranger or profile rider or whatever. And will then be like, you know, adverse action will be taken against this soldier either by their peers or their immediate supervisor, or even, you know, their chain of command. So it's a tricky line that they have to maneuver. Does that make sense?
It does. So I'm biased because I was on the other end of that before. So my opinion is biased and against the whole thing. So I do understand your point, though. And it is, how does a doc walk that fine line of knowing when to call bullshit on it and when to, you know, actually help the soldier. Mm-hmm. But some of that's on the soldier too. So a case in point is, it was so bad in where I was that you got treated like garbage for going to sick call. So I would wait until Thursday afternoon after sergeant time was over, and the clinic opened up at 1300 to go be seen. Mm-hmm. I would wait the whole week, if I could, to go get seen. In fact, I walked into the clinic one Thursday afternoon with 103 fever.
Dude, for how many days had you had this fever?
By that point, probably 2 or 3. But I wasn't going to sick call. There was a mission to get done, and I knew what I'd be treated like if I went to sick call. So I waited until Thursday. And the only reason they saw me, because I didn't go to my command first. My first line knew where I was, because that's who I informed. But because I didn't go to my command, my company first, get a sick call slip to go there.
Oh my God.
They're going to turn me away. Mm-hmm. The reason they saw me is because the medic took my temperature.
Of your fucking temperature.
3.
Yes, no, like 104 can start brain damage.
And that's the only reason they saw me.
Oh my God. Like, and see, like, that's, like,
medicine.
Like, and, like, that's one of the things that I fucking hate about, like, the real army is that, this whole fucking stigma, which gets, like, these good soldiers who are legitimately ill or injured and refuse to go get medical, like, who fucking refuse to get, like, medical treatment because of that fucking stigma of, oh, you're just, like, you fucking sick call ranger, you fucking profile pirate. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, okay, I know there are some out there. I get that. I understand. I've seen them. At the same time, we have soldiers who literally break themselves to the point where they have to be medically discharged because they refuse to fucking go to sick call when they're injured and have a slight problem that can be easily fixed. But because they fucking ignore it, it then escalates and it just fucking deteriorates your fucking body. And next thing you know, like I said, a 22-year-old has to get a fucking knee replacement. Which, that fucking, it happens. But at the same time, you know, lo and behold, knee replacements are only good for 10 to 15 years. So the docs don't like performing them, any sort of like total joint replacement, we don't like performing on anyone under the age of like 25 or 30 because we're going to have to go in and replace it. And you can only get up to like 2 or 3 in your life because by that time the bone is so worn down that it's just fucking, it's worn down and it gets to the point where like the prosthesis will no longer fit because there's no more bone purchase. And so then what? Then what do? Do we fucking amputate it? And like by the time it's fucking 50, oh sorry dude, we're gonna have to fucking amputate your fucking leg right above your fucking knee because the army fucked you. Sorry. Like the fuck. And I don't know. I'm getting so feisty right now. And like I understand it's not just big army units that are fucking doing this. And I understand sometimes it does come from the medical side where, you know, we get frequent flyers. I understand that. It's up to one, I think it needs to come from both sides, you know. The big army side needs to stop the stigma of people going to seek medical help or medical attention, the same way they need to stop the stigma of those trying to receive psychiatric help, you know, or mental health issues. And at the same time, the medical side of the army needs to be more invested in in the soldiers that they're charged of caring for. You know, like that's our fucking job in the medical house, is to fucking take care of and look after everyone else and make sure that you guys are good to fucking go. And I think that when we just write soldiers off as a sick call ranger or a frequent flyer when they are legitimately injured or sick or there is something legitimately wrong with them, that's a disservice to our fellow brothers and sisters. And yeah, I think it needs to be, it's an issue that has to be fixed on both sides. So yeah, those are my 2 cents. But it's time for a break. Oh, this is a good discussion. I like debating with you.
Ugh.
Oh, God. So, yeah. So, we're going to take a break. I'm going to end the feed really quick and then restart it up. So that way, we can get a refresh in here. And when we come back, Deputies Hook'em and Book'em are going to be on with us. So stay tuned, everybody. I'm excited. I really am. I'm super fucking excited.
Because you're going to bribe them with donuts.
I am.
shit that life has put on you. The past will stay where it will die and bring an ending to this goddamn life. I've already given up on you, but never giving up on me. The flies eat away at every day that's lost and left to rot away. In your eyes, leave trails of panting emptiness. Your feelings for me will digress, and I will never give into all the shit that life has put on you. The past will stay where it will die and bring an ending to this goddamn life. I've already given up on you, but never giving up on me. And I will never give into all the shit that life has put on you. The past will stay where it will die and bring an ending to this goddamn life. I've already given up on you, but never giving up on me. It's better to be alone. It's better to be alone.
Oh, wait, sound. Okay, there we go. And I'm back. And I'm joined by none other than Deputies Hook'em and Book'em.
Yep.
What's up, you guys?
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Chilling. Living the dream.
So just I have to get this out, like, first and foremost. I may have been like stalking your YouTube channel earlier,
Right.
because I can, because internet stalking is, like, you know, okay when it's on YouTube.
Sure.
Right?
I
And
think so.
your partner yoga video, I about pissed myself. I was laughing so hard.
It's a good video, isn't it?
Oh my god, especially when you stopped and you're like, one of us is gonna die.
It's you.
Yeah. Having all that weight coming down on top of me is not
Oh my god.
to live. Yeah.
And like just the size difference between you guys, and how he was like, hey, do you want to be on the bottom? You're like, no.
No. We tried though.
We did.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
No.
It didn't work.
Not at all. The feeling did. The last one did.
Not really. Not really.
Oh, the double goddess one? I mean, that one,
Double goddess.
It works. I just had to squeeze my legs around your little chest.
right?
Oh. I love it. I love it. Out of control.
But yeah, so I needed to get that out of the way. It's just, I thought that video was amazing.
Thank you. I'm
You're
glad
welcome.
with the air there.
Right. So how have you guys been? What all have you guys been up to since the last time you were on?
Yeah, a lot. A lot has changed. Went to Police Week in D.C. And that was an awesome experience. Been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes right now. We're getting ready to launch a website with a bunch of clothing and swag products.
Swag.
Ooh.
Yeah. A lot of community outreach stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We did some stuff here in San Diego.
Yeah.
We went to St. Louis. We've been to Dallas. We've been everywhere doing all kinds of stuff. We're looking at going to Columbus probably next month.
Oh, very nice. So, like, what are you going to be doing there?
Well,
If
some
you're
of the stuff
able to
we did here-
disclose. Sorry.
Yeah, some of the stuff we did here in San Diego was we actually got some donations from Walmart, and we're able to buy enough food supplies to make pasta and feed probably 300 homeless people.
I was there.
Oh yeah, you weren't there that day. We probably fed about 300 homeless people in downtown San Diego at a shelter with the donations from Walmart. We had some donations from Home Depot and a local trash company called Waste Management.
Mm-hmm.
We went in with the El Cajon Police Department and cleaned up a huge area that the homeless population had kind of taken over on private property that was kind of vacant, and they basically moved in and had been there for months. And we actually cleaned up 10,860 pounds of trash from that area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Bear Paint donated some paint. We covered up graffiti. It was really cool. So we're going to do some stuff like that. We're going with Humanizing the Badge, and we're going to go into other cities. Columbus is next.
That's
So
awesome.
go in there and try to interact with the community and make a difference and show them that cops aren't bad and we're here to help.
Awesome. Wait, cops aren't bad?
No, it's
What?
weird. It's weird. If you turn off the TV, you might
Right,
realize
I
it.
know.
Right? Oh my god. No, I do. I love your guys' mission of actually, like, humanizing the badge. I think that's amazing. Cops are always going to have a soft spot in my heart just because one of my older brothers, he's a former police officer. He's closest to me in age, and I think I would have to say, like, I'm closest with him out of all my brothers. I actually got to do, like, a ride-along with him. Nothing exciting happened. I was kind of upset. Like,
It never does when you're on a ride along.
dude, because one of my other brothers went on a ride-along, and he got to go on, like, a high-speed fucking chase. Like, my brother was a officer in Hemet.
Okay.
Yeah, and like they went on a high-speed fucking chase in the mountains up there, because this guy was a mule, and he ended up driving his car off the mountain, and then they released the dogs because he survived the fall off of the road.
The broken neck wasn't enough.
So then the dogs got him, and
Nice.
there was not much left after that.
Sometimes people got to go to jail, you know?
Yeah, no, he went to the morgue.
Oh,
Whoops.
not the sentence.
Yeah.
But yeah, and, in my ride along, I went to, a mobile home park where there's like a domestic dispute, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, this is fun, I guess.
That's the majority of our days.
Yeah. Like, it just seems like, I don't know, he was acting more like a babysitter. And
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what we are.
yeah, like, all right, you guys, let's get along. Like, do I
Like,
really
hey-
have to do something?
Counselors, babysitters, mediators. That's pretty much all we do.
Yeah, but he's no longer in the force because he got T-boned one night by a drunk driver who had her license revoked.
Mm.
She got 2 years. My brother almost died.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
our justice system.
Right. But yeah. So I always have a soft spot for cops. Even though I've gotten in trouble before, which is why I'm going to bribe you guys with donuts from like here on out. I'm always going to have donuts in my car like, "Hi, are you hungry?"
Just don't tell anybody.
I'd eat one and still give you a ticket.
That's the difference between you and
You just eat the donut.
I just eat the donut.
Right? Like that whole skit from what's his name? Gabriel Iglesias when he pulled out from a Krispy Kreme and he got pulled over. Do you know why I pulled you over? Because you got hungry? But yeah, so have you Oh.
Hold on. Officer Daniel's trying to FaceTime me.
Oh. Oh, why hello, Officer Daniels. You'll have to wait your turn.
Yeah. Stupid. He's going to text me and be like, don't ignore me.
Right? Don't ignore me. Do you know who I am?
That's exactly what he
I'm Officer Daniels.
I think last time he joined in and he called in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have this Skype account. He has the other one, I'm sure, but he doesn't have mine. So he can try.
He can't call in. Yeah.
Right? This is an exclusive one.
It's our time. Not his time. It's our time.
Exactly. So since you guys have started doing this humanizing the badge, I guess, project, have you noticed a difference in your police work as far as like people being more receptive to you and I guess just being more cooperative?
I've only ran into one person that actually knows who we are from social media.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, "Oh, this is awesome to meet you and see what you're doing and this and that." But it hasn't changed how I do my job. No, I've done my job the same way. But I do see that when people stop and talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you spend a few minutes about just talking to someone and getting to know who they are and them getting to know who you are as a person, that it kind of changes their outview on law enforcement.
Yeah. Yeah, we keep our work location very separate from what we do, and I've run into a few people that might recognize us, but I think a majority of it is other officers.
Right.
So, yeah, we still go to work and do our job every day, and then do it how we need to do it. So.
Yeah. Have you noticed a lot of support in the police community for what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of how many messages we've gotten from cops or from family members of cops or wives of cops or husbands of cops, and thanking us for bringing to light the fact that we're people, and we laugh and we cry and we joke and we have lives just like the people that we talk to every day at work. So, yeah, I mean, there's obviously sometimes we get some of the, maybe you shouldn't do that because you might be liable to get in trouble if somebody doesn't like a video and it's found distasteful or whatever. But, we try to keep our videos as appropriate as possible, unlike our friend Angry Cops, who doesn't care. He does his thing. But yeah, no, that's, it's a balance. It's always a balance, and we're lucky to avoid a lot of that issue. And because we have avoided that issue, we don't really have any issues with command or with other officers.
Oh, good. That's always good. Yeah. Now I know I got an email about Hookem. You also make music, correct?
Yes.
And your name is Forensic?
Yes.
Yes, I got your email with all these videos, and I was unsure if they were copyrighted or not.
Well, yeah, but you can play them.
Oh, okay. Well, now we can play them.
Yes. You get permission from the artist himself.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna.
How many can say that?
Yeah. Oh, like.
Kanye and be like, "Yo, Yeezy, can I play this video?" That's true. Nobody listens to Kanye's music.
Okay. Yeah. No. But no. The only reason I asked, like, I was going to pull them up and show them. However, Facebook gods don't like us playing copyrighted music when we go live. So
yeah.
Now, at least we've got permission now. So now we can.
See, now they can't take it down.
Right? Suck a dick. But these songs you sent me, No One Cries, Fallen, and Saving a Hero.
Yes.
One, Saving a Hero, I actually have that song on my playlist.
Cool.
And I love it. And I know a bunch of people do.
Thank you. Yeah, that song really, really took off. Like you said, a lot of people relate to it, and I had absolutely no clue. I never planned for it to get that big, especially the video. Video's got almost 800,000 views on Facebook on my page alone. So I'm sure it's been seen well over 1 million times, and that's just blows my mind.
Yeah. So tell me about No One Cries, like, and Fallen. Like, what were your inspirations behind these songs? Like, what got you into this?
No One Cries is actually the main artist on that song is One Time, who I've done music with. He was on the title track Human on my last album. But he approached me about, collaborating on another song, and obviously the theme behind that is that, there's all this uproar in the world about when, people are shot or when people die or people are victims of crimes or police shootings or whatever, but nobody takes the time to cry, as it says in the song, when a cop dies. We work day in and day out to try to make the community better, and it feels like sometimes that when a cop is killed or whatever, we don't have that respect back, or that we're not worthy of people demonstrating or showing respect. So that's kind of the motivator behind that song. Like I say in the song, if you hear my dog running, that's my dog running around being an idiot. Like I say in the song, my family is only left with a flag and a cross. After everything I've done, after everything we do as cops, if I get killed in line of duty, my family's left with a folded flag. And, it's true for a lot of us, and that's how a lot of cops feel. And I think that song did really well, and One Time absolutely killed it. He did really, really well on that song, and I think we made good music with it. So
I need to listen to it now. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start crying though when I listen to it.
Yeah, it turned out really well, and he's working on his next album, and that's going to be featured on his next album.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, because I've got 2 of your songs on my playlist: "Saving a Hero" and then "Human."
Perfect. Yeah, he's on Human. He's in the middle verse of Human, but definitely looking forward to him releasing an album. He's been doing some good music. So one time.
Nice. And Boogum, what do you have going on?
He sleeps.
Just supporting Eric's music and our videos. I'm not musically talented like Boogum is.
Yeah, you're like the Steve Urkel of my life.
Yeah. I have to get on a verse in one of these next tracks, so I think.
We're going to the studio tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So you might hear Boogum throw down some. Yeah, maybe get him in the background somewhere.
Oh, that's so good.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Do that too.
One word, like a laugh.
Put it on loop. That's right. Megan the beat. Awesome.
Oh my God. Great Cloud. I'm sure you have questions.
So you guys have an interesting mission, and what you're trying to put out there as a positive look on being a police officer and whatnot. My question is, as this message grows and you're growing this following of fellow police officers and their families, are there other officers and/or departments that want to either use you guys as a positive influence and/or create something similar in their own departments?
Social media as a whole is very new for law enforcement. I've seen in the last few years a lot of departments are starting to get into social media by having Facebook pages or starting YouTube channels and doing these popular video challenges. But I think it's important. We need to have social media in law enforcement. Everyone now has a phone in their pocket that they pull up Facebook, they pull up YouTube, they tweet, they Instagram, and they're getting all of their important media content from these social media sites. No one reads the paper anymore. No one turns on the news channel and watches a local news. It's all from word of mouth through Facebook or other chat groups. And so that's where a lot of this negative connectivity towards law enforcement comes from, is from Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And so it's important for agencies to battle that by having these accounts and having certain representatives from their departments get on social media and voice what's happening and voice that cops are human. And by being out in the community and doing funny things and doing community events, it's going to help change this country's outlook on law enforcement.
I also think that it comes down to not only that side of things, but I think departments have great success with notifying the public of things, of solving crimes, of getting help or information, or getting involved in the community events or whatever by having those profiles. El Cajon PD, we've done work with them, and they here in San Diego, and they have a great outlook on social media. They're doing a lot of good things in the community. They're really trying to engage, and that's what the public wants. That's what people want. They want accountability for officers, which we all agree with, but they also want to be connected to. And the days of we're handling investigation, we'll tell you what we want when we're ready to, those days are over. And I think for good reason. I think we can all work together to solve the problems that we all deal with together, because it's not just the cops that deal with crime, it's the community that's being plagued by the crime. So we have to work together to solve it, and I think social media is the tool for that.
I agree with the social media piece being a huge tool in not only bringing a community together to rid themselves of issues and or crimes and individuals that cause them, but the speed at which it can happen with the 24-hour news cycle now, and like you were saying, the negative connotation that's being put out there, it's almost like dealing with an IO campaign downrange and doing the hearts and minds battle constantly. Yep. I can't imagine what you guys have to deal with on a daily basis, but the way you guys are handling it and trying to get ahead of that curve of that, trying to be ahead of the curve of the 24-hour news cycle and putting that positive spin and everything on everything that's out there and all the good things that do happen and balancing that negative. I think it's the best way to handle this mission.
Yeah.
And you guys are great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
We just hope that more departments can do it, and the public can see the gap bridge there, because obviously things that happen are not pretty. Use of force is not pretty. It never looks pretty. Shooting someone is never good. And I don't think there's a cop in this country that could agree with that. But reality is that's our world, and we have a job to do. And if we can balance we have a job to do problem with, but we also do this. We don't just shoot people. We don't just use force on people or arrest people or take parents away from people. It's gonna be a balance, and there has to be. So.
Yeah. So like when it comes to finding that balance, like how do you find it? What would you suggest to bring this about to where we can have that almost like idealistic society where, someone can get pulled over and not be afraid that, the cop is going to take advantage of them. But at the same time, that cop is not afraid that, the person that they just pulled over is, going to injure or attack them.
How much time do you have? That's a loaded question.
Yeah. I don't think the threat of somebody ever harming a cop is ever going to go away. Cops have been being killed since this country was founded and before, because nobody likes to be told what to do, and there's some people that are going to bend rules to live, and they don't want to be stopped. And you're never going to get rid of that problem. I would like to say you're never going to get rid of cops that take advantage of their job, but you're not, because we're people. And there are people that should not do this job, and they're out there working the streets. And we're the first to admit that. I think that more time should be spent on investigating people who become cops, background investigations. The problem is that we need so many cops that you can't wait that long. People are leaving, and we need people to fill those spots. My thing has always been, I think half the classes that they're giving in college or in high school or even beforehand, I think, maybe we should not learn so much about French history, and maybe we should learn a little bit more about our Constitution and about our country and about history of things in our country and the judicial system and the court system. And they don't teach any of that. You get people out here who think they know how things are supposed to go. And if you have a society that understands a job that a cop does, and a cop understands the life that a person has, and that mutual understanding comes together, it turns into which a majority of the interactions I have are, it turns into hey, I know why you're doing it. I know why you're selling drugs, because you need money. I don't fault you for needing money, but it's against the law and I got to arrest you, and tomorrow's a new day. And if we can get to that, you're going to see a lot of decrease in that tension, because at the end of the day, that's all it is a job. I'm not on my day off looking to put people in jail. I could care less. So I think if we had more mutual understanding of what goes on in law enforcement and in the court systems and the judicial system, I think people would understand a little bit more, and they'd be less prone to attack the issue with anger.
Right. I mean, we're on a swinging pendulum. If you look at history, Rodney King, we swung all the way left to negative law enforcement, and we slowly came back, and then 9/11 happened, and we swung all the way right, and we were riding that for a long time until 2014, when Ferguson happened. Yeah. And we went all the way back left again. So history shows that this comes and goes. Something happens and everyone hates cops, and then we slowly build it back, get the community's trust back, the public's trust back, and then another major event happens and everyone loves us. And then something pushes us back, and it'll keep going back and forth and back and forth. And right now we're on that far left where everyone doesn't like us, or the majority of people don't like us that are voicing their opinions. So that's what we're seeing, is a lot of negativity.
And I think, like you just said, I think it's important to note that I think a majority of people do appreciate law enforcement in the military.
Of course.
The people that don't are more vocal than the people that do.
Absolutely.
So we're only hearing from the people that don't care for the government.
That's what makes the news.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a Facebook Live question. What would be your best advice for a rookie cop?
I always say, remember why you started the job in the first place. And I train rookie cops. That's part of what I do at work. And I think this job has a tendency to kind of beat you down, and you kind of get cynical. I know I have, and he can attest to that. Yeah. It's hard. It is. That hence where my music comes from, where songs like Saving a Hero come from, where songs like Fallen come from, because we deal with that every day. And as a new cop, you need to realize that it's going to get hard. It's going to suck. You're going to have horrible days where you see things that nobody could even imagine seeing. And you have to, you have to come back from that. And if you remember why you got into the job, whether that is to help people or because, you had family with issues that you wanted to rectify and now you can as a cop, remember how you feel the day you walk out the first day, and carry that with you the rest of your career, because that's one of the main things that's going to keep you walking back every day.
Awesome. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to answer this or not, but I would like to know what Hook'em and Book'em's opinion is about this new movement called Antifa.
I don't even know anything about it.
Neither do I.
I try to not give much attention to things that,
What is it?
As far as I know, it's just a group of people that are anti-government, but I honestly don't know enough to talk about it, and I always criticize people that open their mouth when they don't know what they're talking about, so I can't say anything about it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
I'm going to read about it now, though. you know Hook'em well.
Yeah.
I'll be up all night.
I'll be checking it out.
Yeah. They're just a bunch of, people who are against, the fascist dictator Trump.
Right.
By, what's the right word? Being fascist themselves.
Yeah, which I think is a common thing that you see nowadays anyway. Yeah. The people pointing the finger are doing the exact things that they're pointing the finger for.
Right. It's
you can't say he was guilty of a crime. He didn't even have his day in court. But the cop that shot him, and we don't know the info, is guilty.
You know what the problem is? I was thanks to child, were you?
I was, yeah. My mom lit me up.
That's not happening anymore. And that's getting this general lack of disrespect for government.
Yep. It's true.
Right. Someone in our Mixer chat just said he was I think it's a he. I don't know. I'm assuming someone's gender right now. Says,
you?
2017. Okay.
Come on.
There's 60,000 genders.
Oh yeah, no. I'm assuming as shit. Sticking Pond says my Vavo had both a broom and a shoe, so I'm assuming they got whooped too.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you're taught to respect elders and authority, you learn real quick that they're the ones that need the respecting.
Right. Well, I mean, so I don't know if you saw our show on Friday, but I was on with one of our resident MP staffs named Mud Puppy, and I was telling him about, every time that I had a negative encounter with a police officer, which has only happened twice. I've always made sure to be super respectful, oh my God, yes sir, no sir.
It goes a long way,
right? I will do whatever you want me to do.
Yeah,
please.
I mean, like I said earlier, sometimes we have a job to do.
Yeah.
And half the time, I don't want to take the person to jail, but I have to because of the laws and my policies. And if people understood that it's not personal, just like cops should understand it's not personal when people get mad at us when we arrest them. Like I said, you're gonna have understanding and just look, bro. I tell people all the time, hey, sorry. You got to go. I got to take you, but I'm going to treat you cool and we're going to get down there and be fine. No fights? Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Hey, speaking for Sprinky, I've had a run-in with a law enforcement officer or two. And it's like you guys were saying, it goes a long way. And what blows my mind is how people don't understand that.
Yeah.
How do they not understand? And mine was semi-serious. And where's it going to get you? It's going to get you hemmed up a lot faster, going to get you hemmed up a lot harder, and it's going to make your day in court work.
Right.
It's not going to change anything.
And to answer your question earlier, I mean, are there bad cops? Yes. But if people want answers on how do we end this divisiveness between cops and community, it's simple. Comply.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just comply. If a cop says jump, you jump. Cop says sit down, you sit down. And whatever they're doing, right or wrong, comply. It will end every use of force.
Yep.
It will end every killing, every riot, every problem in law enforcement will stop. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have your day in court. You can say, oh, this was done wrong or this was done right. And
file your lawsuits and make your money.
Everything will stop. It's just comply.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I talked my way out of a speeding ticket once.
Sweet.
I know. Oh my God. No, I should have I was doing almost 35 over in tech. So I should have gone to jail.
It's okay.
It's
okay. They take people to jail there for that?
Right? Reckless driving.
Woo! You get a ticket in California.
Oh, no, I was in Arizona.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, the officer, it was late at night and I was trying to make it back to, I was stationed in California at the time at Fort Irwin. And I'd visited family in Phoenix, and it was 4th of July. It was a holiday weekend too. It was 4th of July weekend. So, that makes it better.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, he definitely clocked me. It also may have been, yellow cones everywhere for construction. But there was nobody out, and it was at night, and there was nobody there. So, but
I wouldn't rent you a ticket.
He was there. But yeah, no, we talked for 10 minutes because he saw my U.S. Army sticker on the back of my car.
Yeah.
And so we started talking, and I found out so much about him. He had just started shift, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry." And found out he is a former Marine, and I was like, "Oh, goody," because I have a couple brothers who are former Marines. Oh, one of them became a cop too. So we just chatted a lot. And then someone else sped going in the opposite direction. And he is like, okay, yeah, he's like, okay, you drive safe. Stop speeding. Get home safe. I'm going to go give that guy a ticket. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it all goes back to respect.
Yeah, it's just... he came up. He's like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I was like, "I was speeding. I'm aware."
Sir, I can't imagine what I was doing.
Right? I don't know. But yeah, no, I was speeding. I'll admit it.
It happened.
Here's all my stuff. I'm sorry. I can't say I won't do it again.
I speed every day. You?
Right. Ode.
But I also don't write speeding tickets. So,
Well, that's good because that would almost be like hypocritical.
hey, you know what? Yeah.
Okay, I have window tint in my truck, so I don't write window tint.
I also don't write seatbelt tickets.
Neither.
Because if somebody wants to go through their windshield, that's their problem. What is your problem? But, yes, it is your problem. But other than that, you know what? Hey, it's like a PSA. Don't put on your seatbelt. You don't want to listen. Sorry.
Right. Right. Darwinism at it again.
Wear your seatbelts and don't drink and drive.
Right. Yes. So I would like to know what is one of your most like memorable calls that you've had to go on.
Ooh, memorable in what way?
Good way or bad way?
Good. We're gonna try and keep it happy. It's Monday.
Keep it happy. Let's keep it happy. Memorable, good call.
I don't have any.
Typically, people don't call us to like their quinceañeras. So let's see. There's got to be some positives, like giving a kid a toy or something.
I'm doing this for 5 years, and we can't think of one positive thing.
That's sad, isn't it?
Oh, I did save a life the other day.
There you go. Positive.
Oh, good.
Yeah, someone wasn't breathing. I did CPR, and they got a pulse back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Positive.
Saving lives.
Yeah.
I've not had that luck. I've tried, and it's never worked. But we're gonna keep it positive. So good job.
Positive.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because those things are those don't stand out. It's the super negative, and that's obviously part of our problem.
Yeah.
But things happen every day that are positive. Not so much in our mind, but maybe in the mind of the person that we're dealing with or talking to, or whatever. It's sometimes that little interaction of giving a kid a sticker, like that made their day or their week, or made the parent feel for a split second that they things were okay in their life. And it's weird. You hear about like interactions with people, and they're like thanking you, and you're like, I didn't even do anything. I got a message one time. Here's a good story. I arrested a guy for drug possession and for warrants, and I gave him a stern talking to, and was like, hey, you know what? You're gonna die. You're doing this. You're ruining your life. It's gonna end, and it's gonna be nothing but negative. You need to grow up. And I was hard on the guy verbally, and I got a note probably a year later at the station that was him, and he said, hey, you saved my life, so thank you. But hearing those little things, that's huge for somebody to get it through their head that we're not out there to hurt them, that we're out there to help them, and he changed it up and made a positive change.
So on a funny note, a friend of mine went to Hawaii on vacation, and he brought me back this little pig, little black pig with a lei around his neck.
Why was it black?
That was the color it was, man.
Oh, okay.
I'll make this weird.
Okay.
And when you squeeze it, it oinks. And I took these little Velcro mounts and I stuck it next to me on my little shotgun rack in my car. Faces out the front of my car, and people see it, and they point and laugh and they smile. So I've kept it up because it's like a instant connection with people that drive around and see me in my car because they see the pig and they point and laugh at it. So that's positive.
I guess they know who's showing up on scene.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's okay.
He's gonna hit me
funny.
later.
So we've got another request from Facebook Live. They want to know what your funniest call has been.
Probably something where somebody ended up naked.
Yeah.
Not ended up naked, I guess I should say was.
Like started out naked?
Yeah. And not like we got there.
I have a call where someone was clothed and ended up naked.
That's true.
Oh my God. I need details.
It was a crazy lady. She was homeless and high on many drugs. And
No.
No.
Weird.
Yeah. She was 5'3", maybe 80 pounds.
Oh my God.
I am 6'1", 280.
Yes. You're
So-
kind of a big dude.
Yeah, a little different. So I get the call, or actually the call was dispatched to another partner of mine. I'm in the area and I see her playing chicken with traffic in the street. So I stop and get out and I grab her and fight's on. She's kicking and trying to scratch and spit, and so I just pin her against the door of my patrol car and kind of just lean my body weight against her because I want to like wreck this little 80-pound tweaker. And as she's kicking, she's got like these sweatpants, so her sweatpants come off. Now she's naked from the waist down. And people in traffic are like stopping their cars and pulling out their cell phones and like recording me. She has like a button-up fleece on, and she's flailing her arms, and the button pops, and she rips her shirt off. And so now she's just naked against the patrol car. We ended up getting her cuffed, but she started clothed. So
yeah, and you know that actually reminds me. My story is not as interesting as that, but I was serving a search warrant on a house once, and it was a really small house, but they were selling narcotics out of it, and we go in and we're clearing the house, being all tactical and everything, and we come to a room we didn't know what it was. We swing open the door and it's a bathroom, and there's a guy taking a crap on the toilet. And we're like pointing our guns at him, and we're like, get up, get on the ground. And he's like, he goes, can I wipe first? And my partner goes, no, and grabs him off the toilet. And we handcuff him and pull his pants up and put him in the back of the car. I felt real bad for that kid.
Oh no! Like at least
30 minutes later, he's like, can I at least get like a paper towel or something?
the back of his
I
pants.
said, hey man, we'll be at the station in a few minutes and we'll have a bathroom for you. You can take care of that. It was really funny. And actually, he saw me like a year after that. It was like, remember when last time you saw me? I was like, wait. I was like, were you the guy that was taking a crap and you didn't get to wipe your butt? He goes, yeah. That's awkward.
I'll learn you.
Yeah, don't sell drugs.
Right? Cops might bust in while you're taking a shit, and there you
Game
go.
Game over.
Like, oh my God, could you what if he had like had the runs? Oh, that's disgusting. Your poor car.
It's possible. Here, we're checking this out.
Who's responsible for cleaning that?
What?
Who would be responsible for cleaning the car?
Yeah, like
we have inmates at the jail that are like trustees. They clean stuff.
oh, okay.
They come out and make 50 cents.
That's so fucked up.
That's awesome.
Don't go to jail.
Right? Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Hey, they love it though, because they get for that 50 cents. They can buy coffee. They can buy candy bars. They got it good in there. Trust me.
They have video games. They got TVs up there. And,
HBO.
What?
That's terrible.
What are the ping pong
tables?
Yeah. They got all kinds of stuff up in there.
Xbox.
They got more than I got here.
Bullshit.
I'm serious. They got a lot of stuff in there.
So what you're saying is don't go to jail, but if you do,
request to speak with the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have a room with a view? Good news, sir. You've been upgraded since you stay with us so often. You're a loyal county jail member.
Oh, joy.
Oh, yes. You've been upgraded to the mega suite.
Ooh, that sounds so fancy.
3 cellmates.
Toilet. Be fun, huh?
Yeah, we always say if we were to ever get hemmed up for anything, that he'd be my cellmate.
I keep you safe.
Yeah, prison rules.
Yeah, prison rules. My wife.
I mean, like, would you go around holding his pocket?
What's up?
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, you know.
Luckily, that won't ever happen. No. We spend the night together, but we don't spend the night together. You know what I mean?
So what's your favorite shift to work?
I like nights.
Nights are good. I don't like waking up early.
No, I hate that. Nights are cool. More stuff happens. It's cooler, especially right now when it's 107 degrees in California. That's great. Sweating your balls off. And less traffic. More stuff happens. So, yeah. I think most cops say that nights would probably be, unless they're like old and salty and tired and they just want to work their day shift and go home.
Their family and kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Great Cloud. Do you have any more questions for them?
Do not.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We definitely enjoyed it. I loved like talking to you guys. So
Thank you. We like talking to you as well.
Oh, good. So we're gonna go on a quick break. I'm gonna play some of Hook'em's music, Saving a Hero and Human, while we're on break. And yeah, stay tuned, you guys, and we will be back in a couple minutes. So yeah, we'll be back. So true story. Yeah, we're muted. True story. I gave Spanky a heart attack with your song "Saving a Human" with the siren.
Keep his roof from caving, holding tight on that 45 as a tear drops from his eye. Picturing his mom is all that's kept him alive. Cause he's buried his friends and he's buried his thoughts. Suppress these demons inside until his stomach's in knots. I see you on your knees, so please let me give you help. Pick you up, lift you up, and put you on that top Tell me what it is to see when you look at me. Deep into the photography, I don't really need your sympathy. Just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got? And is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you because I do what I do? Who knew that I could lose a few of you cause I bleed blue? But it's true, I know cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? Will I make it home alive? Should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye, I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see the day. In a constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight, get peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media betrayed me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat. They spew evil words. A few are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Okay, so weird. I'm so sorry. Everyone could hear me. Everything was muted. So I'm not sure what happened there. But you know, it's Monday. So I don't know. Fucking shenanigans, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I thoroughly enjoyed Deputies Hook 'em and Book 'em. Like, I really want to go hang out with them, like, in person, and not just, via Skype. So maybe one day. But yeah, so we are gonna get started with games here shortly. So you are gonna have to go to our Mixer channel in order to play, and you're gonna have to bring up two screens. So you're gonna have Mixer on one, and then you're gonna have Jackbox.tv on your second screen. And yeah, so we're gonna go over there and do that. Really quickly though, I'm going to go over some of our upcoming guests that we're gonna be having this week. On Wednesday, we're gonna have Brooke Brown from Hope 22. Jay Reddy made a trip to War Horses for Veterans, and he met Brooke Brown from Hope 22. And it's a photography project inviting veterans to share their personal stories to bring hope and inspiration to others. They're currently seeking veterans of all kinds of backgrounds to share their personal stories, be willing to have their picture taken, and have their photo publicly displayed. And then this Friday, we've got John and Allison Purifoy from Roses on Red. And John plays guitar and Allison is vocals for Roses on Red. And they will be on to discuss their new single, Vultures. Next Tuesday, the 25th, we've got Misty Harvest. So Misty's going to be on with me and Cuffs. And, we get a guest. It's been a while since we've had a guest. So Misty started a cleanup at a privately owned veterans cemetery on Fort Stewart near Savannah, Georgia. That has been in great despair. I'm not sure if you guys remember when we had Guardian Overwatch on, and they were discussing their cemetery cleanup project, and all the pictures of this cemetery, which is just flat out disrespectful. The level of disrepair this cemetery has gotten to is just, it's unfathomable that someone would allow this to happen, especially considering this is a privately owned cemetery. It's ridiculous that this even happened and has occurred. And I know that this is not the only cemetery, or I should say veteran cemetery, that's like this. And it's a shame that these privately owned veteran cemeteries have gotten to this level. And I think more needs to be done about this. So Misty is going to be on to let us know what the plan is to get this cemetery cleaned up and what can be done to make sure that the cemetery doesn't end up in despair again. And then next Wednesday, the 26th, Darren Friedel from Veteran Ride Therapy Project will be back on. And he's going to update Jim Beam and Jay Reddy on what their new mission is and how they are going about what they're doing. And right now they are wanting to help by giving a veteran an alternative means of therapy to release the stresses of their lives. So bunch of good guests coming up. And as you guys know, we have a show every day, every week. And so Mondays, I'm going to be on 3 nights a week now. So Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And so that's me. Yeah, so it's like Minx Monday with Minx, and Gray Cloud is going to be my co-host on Mondays. And then on Tuesdays, it's Tied Up Tuesday with Minx and Cuffs. And I'm really looking forward to seeing her. I miss her. Wednesday is WTF Wednesday with Jim Beam and Jay Reddy. Thursdays is Sergeant Time with Ice, Gray Cloud, Mike Golf, and Doc Madness. And then Fridays is Friday Night Freedom with myself, Minx. And yeah, so, and then Saturday we've got Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy. And Sunday, we have the Green Room with our local stoners, Charlie and Jason. So, yeah. Join us over at Mixer for games, everybody. So, yeah, thanks for joining me tonight.